What is popping to me back again? And again, if you're new to my channel, which I hope some of you will be after I send out this blast, because this blast is, I talk about a little bit of everything. I talk about fragrances, of course. I talk about boxing. I talk about music, but I also talk about other things that's going on this planet that a lot of people don't pay attention to. Because we just go about day to day life, just hey, if the government ain't burning down or if the world ain't coming to an end, everything is hunky dory, everything is fine, and that's never the case. There's always something going on, and yet you see the title says, "Will mass immigrations lead to a bunch of civil wars?" But before we talk about that, let's talk about a July 10th Relish restaurant again. Make sure you call and make your reservations now because I'm expecting a nice turnout. But the thing about the turnout is you gotta make a reservation because there's already so many people already there going to be eating at the buffet and doing everything else that you might mess around and not get a seat. And that way you might come like, oh gosh, I can't get a seat. I can't get a seat because it's packed. So if you make a reservation though, there, make sure you got a seat and nobody will be in your seat when you come to enjoy the open mic day or night. You know what I mean? Include which features me. So anyway, I'm gonna make sure you know that. So from 6 to 10, July 10th at Relish Restaurant, Ogans Avenue. Look it up. Everybody know about Relish. If you don't, just look up Relish Restaurant. You'll see it. And it's open mic night. And basically, I'm the feature artist for that night. So come and check it out, heaven willing. And we're going to have a really, really nice time. But don't forget, I'm going to say it again because management wanted me to make sure that I said this to you and in a nice way. If you reserve a table, you better drink something and eat something or leave it behind home. But they ain't say it like that. But I'm keeping it real with y'all. Don't come to see Roger play and you don't reserve the table and you're not buying anything to eat or you're not buying anything to drink. Come on now, that's just straight rude. That's for my homies. I got a couple of cheapskate homies that want to come. Man, I come check you out. But they won't buy nothing to eat, they won't buy nothing to drink. You know what I mean? Bring a lady with you. Bring your girl. You know what I mean? Don't worry about it. She ain't going to pay no attention to me. If you got your ducks in a row, she ain't going to pay no attention to me singing. She going to be into you. And, oh, you know him? But ain't going to be like, oh, you know him? Ooh, he's nice. No, you ain't got to worry about that because you taking care of your business. So bring your girl. And that way you can buy something for you and your woman, your girl, your wife, significant other. And y'all can enjoy the night. Because it's not just going to be me singing. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of other people singing. There's going to be wine down Wednesdays. $3 glasses of wine. So, your girl might not be an alcoholic, so she might just want a glass of wine. $3. You can buy her drinks all night, especially for my cheapskate friends who always talking about they don't want to buy women drinks. You can't afford a $3 glass of wine, man. You need to stay the freak home. All right, now, let's get right to it. Any other questions, just put it down in the comments below, and I'll ask any questions you have, all right? So let's get to it. Will mass immigration, uncontrolled immigration, lead to civil wars? Now, we already have enough problems in this country with, racism and classism and all these other situations that we deal with throughout our day and throughout our life here, This country is not foreign to civil wars. I mean, a lot of you guys might have heard of Civil War, and the last time you heard about a Civil War, if you wasn't studying some kind of history situation in college or whatever, the last time you probably heard about a Civil War, you probably was in 3rd grade. And that was it. Civil War, that's it. You're out of there. Well, Civil War, of course, doesn't mean global war. It just means a war within your grounds and your boundaries. You can have a civil war with neighbors, you know what I mean? It's civil as a war. If you call it a war, like War of the Roses, that's a civil war. That was a civil war between two people who were civilians. And it was a war, a civil war. It doesn't take much to create a civil war. But what will happen if we continue to invite migrants into our situation? Somebody's going to revolt. And the reason they're going to revolt is they're saying, and I'm sorry, I'm not going to keep this political. I'm just going to say there's a faction of people, a cabal of people, an entity that wants this to happen because they're going to benefit from this happening. They'll benefit by changing social programs that we enjoy right now. Because you've already heard, if you haven't heard, if your head is not in the sand, which it never should be in the sand, your head should always be above the sand and not just looking at network TV, being hypnotized by TV programming. That they're saying that, okay, we're going to give them, those people, free health care. So if they come in here sick, they come in here with diseases, they come in here with pre-existing diseases. Look, they wasn't going to give us, people who live here in the United States, they weren't going to give us any pre-existing coverage. If you had a pre-existing condition, but yet again, they're going to let immigrants into this country. And when I say they, you got to research and see who they are. I know who they are. You have to research that. They're going to let immigrants into this country and give them free health care. You can't go anywhere and get free health care. You know you can't. Emergency room, copay. Doctor's office, copay. Urgent care, copay. Ain't nothing free about anything you're going to get as an American citizen. It's going to be free when it comes to your health. Nothing. And if you want to try to eat right, like myself, it's going to cost you to pay for organic foods. Non-GMO foods going to cost you more. It's going to cost you. So who pays for those immigrants coming here, trying to find freedom, get away from their persecutions and all that stuff? Who's going to pay for their health care? You are. And not only are you going to pay for their health care, it's going to limit your amount of health care because you got to spread it equally amongst everybody else. So now you're talking about socialism. You're talking about classism. So what's going to happen is people like myself and other people who are very comfortable with their health care, I pay for my health care through my employer. Now I come to find out, well, now your deductible done went up and this done went up. It's like car insurance. It's like you have car insurance. Your car insurance is redlined to the fact that if you live in an area where there's a lot of accidents, then you're going to get redlined. That way your insurance is going to go up because you're paying for all these people who are always having accidents. It's going to be the same thing. You're going to pay for people who are already sick. Immigrants, all that. You're going to pay for that. And now if you go to get health care, it's going to cost you more. Now everybody was like, oh, well, that's good. We got to help other people. Well, you know, no, stop it. They have a country where they live in. Let me tell you something right now. This is where we don't think as a country and as a nation as a whole. If we were being persecuted, so let's just say, if they just continue to lock people up, they continue to lock people up, you know what I'm talking about, lock people up, and most of the immigrants probably gonna end up locked up too, you know, because some of them are gang members and whatsoever trying to escape persecution and prosecution where they are. So they're gonna end up coming here. They're coming here already and killing people, and they're sitting here as hit squads. They're letting some of these people in here so they can come in here as hit squads and do some hits. We know that. Everybody know that. But unless somebody stand up, it's going to keep on happening. That's where the Civil War going to come in. You're going to get tired of this. People going to get tired of this. People get tired of entities, the cabal, the letting these people in because they want them in because they want their votes. That's the only reason they want them in. They know that these people don't have anything to offer to society. Nothing at all. They're not coming here with master degrees. They're not coming here with associate's degrees. They're not coming here with any type of skill. They're not coming here with that. Some do, some don't. But for the most part, a minority, a small minority, probably coming here with skills. And those who have skills don't come over the border. They get on the airplane or a boat legally and come in here. They don't have to come across the border, cross the border I'm doing a video and people still hollering at me. Oh, man, I don't like that. I'm trying to concentrate here. People don't come over the border running from persecution or trying to get away from a brutal dictatorship or actually, like I said, just trying to get better life somewhere else. I mean, look, if you let all the prisoners out who are locked up because they got caught with some friggin' marijuana and they was on third strike, even though they did some stupid stuff, are they in persecution? They ain't trying to run to another country. Let me tell you, man, and just think about it. I want you to think about it because you guys are intelligent, because you're looking at my channel. I know you're intelligent. Excuse me. If you committed a crime here in Pennsylvania, or anywhere, you committed a crime in the United States, and we're hoping it's not murder or something like that. That's a crime you know you're going to get locked up for. And you know you're going to be wrongly convicted because more than likely than not, you were a public defender, blah, blah, blah. What do people usually do with money? They usually run to another country that has no extradition treaty, and they get to stay there and live the rest of their life. And some of them are murderers. They do that. They leave. They leave because they're trying to escape persecution. But nobody's leaving in droves. There might be 1, 2, 3 people trying to escape persecution or prosecution, and they go to another country. We have droves of people coming over. I saw that video of them people coming through the border, just coming through like rain. I mean, come on, man. Children, kids, people are dying in rivers trying to get here. For what? What is so good in America? What is just so doggone good when you got the homeless rate in California is like unbelievable right now. Everybody's sleeping in the tent in California, except for the Hollywood people, except for people who down Rodeo Drive, driving, you know, Lamborghinis and all this stuff. And they try to intentionally drive past them homeless people like they don't see them. They drive their Lamborghini. They ain't trying to see no homeless people because they don't want their guilt. They don't want their conscience to be held, you know, on a guilt trip. But we can't continue to do this, man. People, look, we've been persecuted. You know, if the story is true to you and you believe the story, we was brought over here on boats. We was persecuted, slaves, chained. Did we migrate to Mexico? Did all of us run? Did all the slaves who were here run to Mexico? Well, really, they shouldn't have to run to Mexico because they was already here. I continue to try to educate you people, my people, the people of intelligence, that all people of color did not come over here on a freaking boat. There are people of color that was already over here, ruling this land. And I'm talking about people of Hispanic descent, Indian descent. There were people that was already here. It was just these other crooked people who came over here and claimed they found stuff and took it over and killed people and shot them in the face with muskets and gave them chickenpox blankets and fed them alcohol and got them drunk and took away their culture, their God, everything they worship and changed to their God. And you live with that every day. That's a revolt alone. But we don't revolt against that because we're comfortable. I have a job. I'm going to work. I'm going to go and get this money. I'm getting this money because I'm working for this money. I enjoy this money. I'm taking this money so I can buy things that's going to help me out. And if I got to help my family out. Ain't nobody giving nobody anything. But when you have immigrants coming over here and we're just giving them anything, they don't have to work for it, then that's crazy. Now, again, I'm going to add another counterpoint. The counterpoint is this. If you go at any time and find a group of brothers walking down the street in the hood, they ain't got no money. If they're not living with their girlfriend, mooching off their girlfriend, or stealing, or killing, or robbing, whatever. I'm just saying, normal dudes who are going through a tough time don't have a gig. I want to know how many of them cats going to go and, let's just say, mow a lawn and try to make some money. Probably 2%. The rest of them going to smoke some weed. Y'all know it. Stop playing. I'm keeping it real. Yes, those people who are immigrants that come over here, they'll mow that lawn. They will mow that lawn. So see, that's the other counterpoint, the justification and the juxtaposition. The justification and the juxtaposition of how that works. These are people, and it's always been like that, people who come over here who will work, who will take folk who think, oh, they still owe me reparations, so I don't have to mow a lawn. Eventually, I'm going to get reparations and become rich and become like Tron and buy me a doggone whole truck worth of cigarettes and sell them joints and make a hustle. Come on, man. We got to look at this all the way around the board. You can't keep your mind shut to one issue in one area. You have to juxtapose your thinking. We don't juxtapose our thinking. What we do is we think one way and we stick with that one way. We'll say, well, this as opposed to that, as opposed to that. In other words, not really giving yourself a choice, a 50-50 choice, but giving you a 33% choice, maybe even a 25% choice. Choose between 4 positions of stances that you want to say, well, if this is that and this is that, what about this and then what about that? And then what about this and what about that? And now they give you an opportunity to really think and really come up with some kind of, forethought on what's going on. You can't look at immigration and see them coming across the border and say, well, look, man, I'm going to have to pay for them. I'm going to give some of my doggone health care to take care of these people. Okay, that's fine. I hear that. But they probably wouldn't be coming across the border like that if they didn't know people of color, and I'm going to keep it real, and some people not of color, ain't going to do those menial jobs that they're willing to do and get money and take care of their family. Because as you all know, we have people who come here like people from Asian apartment, and they will work. And then as they work, next time, then they open another restaurant and they give 5 more people opportunity, their own people, another opportunity for them to go work in that restaurant. And then they grow and they get big. See, people of color don't do that. We trying to cut each other's throat. We don't do that. That's why we end up in jail on some bull crap, because we ain't trying to help each other out. We don't go and get a business and try to bring other people in our families in, or try to bring people in that we know need help. Oh no, we ain't bringing him in because he might steal. We ain't bringing him in because of this. No, man, we got to help each other. We got to learn how to live in a freaking house full of people and still be able to be conducive to our communities. But we don't do that, man. We think singularly about ourselves, and we going about our business. Whereas these people coming over here, they might come over even in groups. And like I said, if you give them one house, all 18 of them bad boys will live in one house. But what they'll do is they'll get out and hustle each one of them, and they'll go out and mow a lawn, pick some blueberries, bust some dishes or whatever to make it pop. And they'll bring each other up. Next thing you know, they got a doggone restaurant, they got a doggone corner store in your neighborhood. These same people that came across the border looking to do better things now got a restaurant in your community. They got a corner store in your community, and now you're buying from them. Whereas when they came over here, you shucking and jiving, I never do anything. No, that's some craziness. That's why we don't have our own stores, corner stores in our own community, because we can't. Open up a corner store, my man want me to give him credit. If I don't give him credit, he won't come and shoot the store up. So them coming over here, I don't agree with them coming over here and getting health care. I do not. But if they come over here to be a conducive member of society, and they willing to put in the work and put the work in and do stuff that people of color don't want to do because they just think they're entitled to everything, you know, they'll put a corner store in a community, and then they end up being guards for the corner store. Instead of you owning the corner store, you sitting there watching the door for the immigrant who came across the border. I'm out. I ain't got to talk about it no more. That's what my channel is about. Bars, fragrances, boxing, bundles, and this right here. I'll talk about everything. Check out my channel. Y'all might get some insight. I'm out.